Hello, everyone. How are you today? I am super excited to be here live with you guys once again this week. A few housekeeping. Make sure that you type in comments as we go, ask questions. Let me know if you need anything answered. I am here for you. And if you're watching the replay, just put in hashtag replay. Let me know that you're watching the replay, and I go back and I answer all of the questions that you might have about getting yourself into a senior executive leadership position. So what are we doing here today? We are here for your promotability factor. This is the weekly Q&A where I answer all of your questions about what it is going to take to get you to that next level of leadership. And today's question comes to me from Renee. She asks, how do you assess whether your organization is the right place to 3x your vision? Now, Renee is actually asking a very specific question about a training that I did a couple of months ago. So first of all, I want to define what I mean by 3Xing the vision for your career. And then also as a little teaser, I'm just going to give you the short answer to Renee's question is that you start shopping around. So that's how you're going to know if your organization is the right place to actually advance your career. And who am I? I am Stacey Mayer from Stacey Mayer Coaching, and I coach corporate managers to get promoted into senior level executive positions. And I am on a mission to bring 1,000 underrepresented powerhouse corporate managers into those higher level executive roles and bringing more diversity to the leadership table. So if you are listening to today's broadcast, you could be one of those next executives that makes it to that leadership table. And I am also not only concerned about getting you a seat at that table, but I'm making sure that your voice is actually heard. So on your promotability factor, most of the answers to your questions are going to be around communication and how you're actually showing up as an executive leader. So when I go in to answer Renee's question about how to assess whether or not your organization is the right place for you to take your career to that next level of leadership, I just want you to know that you're going to have to be able to assess yourself in a really specific way. So I'm going to give you those tools to do that on today's episode. So as my teaser, I told you that you should start shopping around. So this is my philosophy. This is the way things look different, right? As we continue moving up closer and closer to the C-suite, what's happening? There are fewer positions available, right? So there is less room for us to grow into those higher level executive positions. So I have several C-suite clients that I work with, and they really see things differently. They don't see their organization as the ladder they have to climb. They're looking at all organizations created equally. Now, if you work at a really big corporation and you see yourself as being able to climb that ladder, then look at all of the different organizations within your company, right? Not just your subject matter expertise. So as we continue to climb that ladder, the mindset shift, the thing that really changes for us is that we start to see that we have to look all the time, that we're always assessing whether or not this organization works for us or a different organization. So this is just part of your vocabulary, right? As you start to move into senior executive leadership roles, you're always assessing, is this the right place or is it not? So in terms of shopping around, I always recommend that you just are having conversations, building your network, figuring out what's out there, right? If you really understand your own personal value as a leader and really own the change that you want to make at a particular organization, then if you're not able to do that at your organization, you're going to look elsewhere, right? You're going to look for the next opportunity. No harm, no foul. It's your career, right? You are the one who is driving these particular decisions. Now, how are you really going to assess if your organization is the right one or not, right? So you're shopping around, but then you still have a decision to make. And I'm going to answer this question by giving you an example from one of my clients. So this client is actually on an active job search, right? She has decided that her company doesn't support her and she is actively looking elsewhere. So she's been interviewing and looking for other senior management roles or director level roles at other organizations. Okay, so that's basically where she's at. So after several conversations about this, what else is out there? What am I looking for? I asked her, I said, why are you not exploring opportunities within your company itself, right? Like within other departments at your particular organization? And of course she said, well, there's nothing there for me. And then I dug a little bit deeper, and the only reason that she wasn't exploring opportunities at her organization was because she got passed over for a promotion last January. That was it. She was frustrated that she got passed over for a promotion last January. It's the only reason she wasn't pursuing other opportunities within her organization is because she was frustrated. She felt like, well, they don't really care about me. They just passed me over. So clearly they don't value my leadership, right? No, it's not actually true. What is true is that she got passed over for a promotion. What might also be true is maybe her boss doesn't value her leadership, or maybe that particular organizational ladder, like right, that department, it doesn't look at her and see her as a leader, right? But that doesn't mean that other departments or other, she couldn't just be an extremely valuable leadership asset at other departments in the organization. And here's the thing, she's been working there for like 8 years. So if she transfers, if she works within a different department at the organization for somebody else, or even if she turns her leadership around and actually starts to be seen as a leader in her particular department, that is going to serve her better in the long run, because she's going to have a bigger impact because her network is already built up, because she already knows the job, right? She's going to be able to move up faster. But she has to make some changes. The first thing she has to do is make some changes about her mindset, right? How she's seeing things, how she actually sees herself as a leader, right? How she sees her organization and the fact that they burned her at this one time, and really start thinking outside of the box. Like, what else is out there? Is there anybody else at my organization? Is there another department that I could work for? Is there something else I could do within this particular organization? So that's the second point, right? So the first thing is start shopping around, see what else is out there. Always be shopping around, right? This doesn't just happen when we're frustrated. Always be looking for other opportunities. Secondly, you're going to look at your organization and really ask yourself, why am I denying opportunities here? Like, what's actually happening for me? And are there other departments? Are there other areas where I could really be served? And then, or be of service, right? Like, really step into that next level leadership position. And then the third thing I want you to do is really just come to terms with yourself that you might not be acting like a leader, right? Like, the reason that you're struggling at your particular organization could in fact be the same reason that you will struggle at a different organization. So it's really difficult for us as human beings to see ourselves and to self-evaluate. It's really, really hard. It's easier for us to go outside of ourselves and to look to somebody else and to say, well, let me just blame it on my organization that they don't support me, or that their culture doesn't support promotions, or, or they just aren't hiring right now because of COVID, right? It's really easy for us to blame it outside of ourselves. But you need to take an inside perspective. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. One is to get a coach, right? Have somebody on the outside look in and actually point out some of the ways that you are actually creating these blocks, these boundaries for yourself, right? The second thing is to get an outside perspective, like from your boss, other members of the executive team, right? Go out and solicit feedback. What would it take to actually get yourself promoted to that next level of leadership? Find out where your blockers and your blind spots really, really are. And then the third thing that you can do is really just ask yourself, right? What is the feedback that I'm receiving on a regular basis? right? And if the answer is just keep doing what you're doing, right, it means that you're not showing up as a leader, right? They don't see you in that higher level executive role, because you know what? When we see people and we need people in that higher level executive role, you know what we do? We promote them. We want them in that higher level executive role. We don't want them to leave, right? We want to do everything in our power to get them into those higher level positions. So if you are not getting promoted right now, then it could be because of something that you're doing. It could be because of the way you're showing up. And if you're not showing up as an executive leader, then they can't trust that you can lead at that higher level executive position. Now, if you're listening to today's episode and you really want to take this work one step deeper, then I invite you to get on the wait list for my 6-week group coaching intensive that is coming up. We have a new cohort starting in, let me put the URL. I should have had this ready to go. That is correct. I'm going to put that in here in the chat. So if you are looking to move up into those senior level executive positions, you want to have an outside perspective on what's actually happening to you, and you want to be in a community of like-minded individuals that are equally trying to take their professional development seriously and really succeed at that higher level executive position, then I invite you to go to Executive Ahead of Time and get on my wait list. You'll be the first notified when I actually open up registration for the November cohort of us. It's a 6-week coaching intensive where I'm going to be showing you all of the skills, all of the things that you might be doing wrong right now that is not setting you up to scale yourself into that senior level position. So check it out. And I hope to see you in the program. And otherwise, just send me a direct message. Let me know what questions you have that you would like me to answer here on my weekly show. I'm happy to dive into anything that is coming up for you and stopping you from getting into that senior level executive position. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.